everybody, it's time for my weekly wrap up. I'm going to do things differently now. My week starts on Mondays, so Fridays are just not working for me anymore. But I'll still do Friday reads on Friday. So there's a lot to get to. I read, about a week and a half it's been, I think. The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. It's about a girl who goes, her friend gets infected with vampirism, I guess that would be called. And she has to bring him to Cold Town to ride out the infection. If he drinks human blood, then he turns into a vampire. Not too bad. I think I gave it a 3 or 4. I think in my mind it was hyped up too much for me personally. But still a good book though. Next I read The Duff by Cody Keplinger, and I loved it. I loved it. I know a lot of people have issues with it of, I guess it would be slut shaming. And a lot of people have issues with the cursing. But teenagers curse, and teenagers have sex. Back when I was a teenager, well, actually, I can give you an example. When we were in grade 8, at our grade 8 grad, one of my friends was 3 months pregnant. And she is still with the guy now. So it happens. I also read 39 Clues to My Son by Gordon Corman. It's book 2. It's One False Note. I think we gave it a 3 or 4. It's about a brother and sister who have to find clues all over the world to find the great treasure that their grandmother left them. Their cousins and uncles kind of are in it as well and trying to get get the clues to get the big treasure. So it's kind of cute. I think next I read The Billionaire's Bedside Manner by Robin Grady, and it's one of my brain candy books. Really cute. A little bit unrealistic, but I mean, it's brain candy. It's about a girl who moves back to Australia and says hi to the son of a woman, or grandson of a woman that she was staying with in Italy. And he's a doctor, and there's a little bit of adoption and orphanages in it. It was cute. I think I gave that a 3 or 4 too. Next, I read How I Survived. Oh no. Actually, funny story. I don't have it with me because my husband found out about it, but it's Sid Vicious, No One is Innocent by Ellen Parker. Let's see if there's a... I made the stupid mistake of forgetting that my Goodreads was connected to my Facebook account. So my husband found out that he was getting this book, or that I was reading it. So last night he came to look at my library book pile because he thought it was a library book. And I knew it as soon as he started looking for it. And he said, well, where's the Sid Vicious book? I said, how'd you know about that? He said it was on Facebook. Oops. So he's reading it now. Then I did the book Nerdathon, and I feel that, I don't know if it was the wrong time for me to do this, but I felt disconnected with it. I wasn't getting the notifications from Twitter, and I think it was just bad timing on my part, so I don't know if I'll do it again, but we'll see. So I read P.S. I Really Like You by Nancy Krulik, and it's about a girl who's getting these anonymous secret admirer notes. And yeah, this one was, I think I gave it a 3. It was a little lower than the other books, but they still have their morals, so it's pretty good. Then I read my first graphic novel, and that was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I thought it was okay. It's actually a bind-up of all the serials that were in the Nintendo Power magazine back in the early 90s, and I had those back then. I think it could have been better, but yeah, I gave it a 3. Not the best reading month. Then I read Game Over Pete Watson by Joe Schreiber, illustrated by Andy Rosh. This one was cute. Again, about a 3. It's about a boy who sells his dad's old video game console, and a whole bunch of stuff happens with that. So, yeah. Then my son and I read The Cat That Overcame by Helen LaPenta. I gave this a 2. This one sucked. I don't really like bashing books, but this was supposed to be about a cat who overcame a bunch of obstacles. And yes, in a way it did entail that, but it also included a bunch of people that really had nothing to do with the story. And it was written in 1971, so there was a lot of, I wouldn't say slang, but really weird stuff. So my son didn't really get it at all. So unfortunately this was a no. Then, because we found out that his reading comprehension, because he is autistic, and his reading comprehension is a little bit below average for his age, so he read Garfield in the Park to me. And this was just, they go on a picnic, and John and Odie do something, and Garfield does something. So next, I read Middle School, Get Me Out of Here by James Patterson and Chris Tebbets. This is the second in a series, and it's, I don't want to say too much, but he goes to a different school, and things kind of happen. The next one I got is Who's Got Spirit. It's book 7 in the How I Survived Middle School, and it's about pep rallies and who's got more school spirit, Jenny and her friends, or the popular kids. And now that's what I've finished reading. I didn't get to the Greek book for Book Nerdathon. I read 5 out of the 6 books, because the book that I was going to read was Goddess Girls, the super special. I started reading it, and they were throwing so many character names at me, or at you, whatever, that I thought this would be a standalone, and really you have to read the series first to get a sense of who's who. So I scrapped it for now. If my library picks them up, the rest of the books up, then I'll read those. And currently reading, I'm almost finished The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I like it. I equate it to, if you've read William Golding's The Lord of the Flies, it's something like that. A bunch of boys having to survive. But there's a lot more to it. And I'm very close to finishing it. And I also started book 8, It's All Downhill From Here by Nancy Krulik. And so far it's just about a snow day, or somewhat snow day. So that's my weekly wrap up and what I'm currently reading. Friday I'll have my Friday reads, what I'm going to read on the weekend. And that's about the only change I'm going to do to the channel. I'm still going to have my Tuesday talks, and if I feel like talking about the Top 5 Wednesday, then I'll do those as well. Tags I'll probably save for Thursdays, if I know I still have 2 to do. I was tagged in 2 of them, so I'll have to do those. But I really want to give a special thank you to Alana for her really kind and heartfelt comments to me. Girl, you're great. Love you. And that'll be it for this week. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you're reading this week. Bye.